So, good morning, friends. By now, you might have heard that in cases where the harassment of dowry or 498A IPC cases or 304B IPC cases, let us confine to 498A. In case of dowry harassment, normally when a woman dies other than under natural circumstances, maybe suicide, maybe homicide, in these cases, normally it has become a routine for the relatives of the woman to allege that she was subjected to cruelty and dowry harassment has occurred, and normally the police will register case under 498 IPC. So in the case of yesterday I told you, in the case of Arnesh Kumar versus state of Bihar, I told you about the 498 case, and also unnecessary calling of all the relatives of the accused person, and also held that since it is a case falling within 3 years of punishment, that is section 41A CRPC, notice is sufficient, right? But what is happening practically is that now 498A IPC has become the most misused section. In the opinion of so many persons, no doubt, definitely there may be real sufferers also. We cannot actually say that there are no real sufferers. Definitely, still now there are certain sufferers under section 498, that is dowry harassment. But majority of the cases they are booked falsely. That is the general perception of the public. So now in the case of Monju Roy versus State of West Bengal, Supreme Court 2016 SCC C CRL 340, page number 340. In this case, Honorable Supreme Court has once again reiterated that summoning of the distant relatives of the husband, without any tangible material should not be practiced, right? So simply in the FIR, if they give the name, mere naming is not enough. No, definitely in that infuriated mood and that hard mood, definitely hot mood, they may be naming so many husband, parents of the husband, his sisters, his brothers-in-law, and distant relatives. All these people will be lugged in as the accused. Mere naming is not enough. The court has to be careful, it is direction given for the court. The court has to be careful in summoning the distant relatives without there being specific material. So please remember, there should be some specific material, specific allegation should be there against the relative. So how can the sister in America can actually aggravate the situation by asking her brother to demand more dowry, all these things? Or how can a woman, the brother and sister-in-law of or a sister of the accused in Ludhiana, how can she instigate him? She has not visited the house so far for this particular harassment period. How can she do it? And what connection her husband, that is brother-in-law of the accused person, will have? These are all actually euphemism, I can say. These are all only afterthoughts. They want to harass them. That's why they will be giving the names of the distant relatives. Normally, the husband, his parents, or at best close family members may be expected to demand a dowry or to harass the wife, but not distant relations. Suppose if a woman is married and having divorced husband staying in the house of the accused, and if she instigates the accused to harass the victim, yes, there can be some ground. Such things should be clearly expected. So if there is, unless there is tangible material, unless the allegations are proved, you cannot call them, that means the distant relatives, right? Once again, so mere naming is not enough to summon them in the absence of any specific role and material to support such role. And the court has to adopt pragmatic view. So pragmatic view, open view. And when a girl dies an unnatural death, allegation of demand of dowry or harassing cannot be harassing cannot be taken in golden scales. That means you need not give so much of importance. At the same time, omnibus allegation against all family members, particularly against brothers and sisters and other relatives, do not stand on the same footing. You have to remove the chaff from the grain. The investigation or the court, they have to decide the matter crucially, right? Then in such a case, apart from general allegation of demand of dowry, the court has to be satisfied that the harassment was caused by all the family members. This is happening everywhere. So I am sympathetic towards the women who are being harassed. There is no doubt. Definitely there are still certain cases where the real harassment is going on. But by and large, the cases, false cases are many in number. Here, the court is cautioning, the Supreme Court is cautioning the lower courts to take care while examining or while lugging or while making the distant relatives also as the accused, who are in no way connected, who do not have any connection with the family of the accused persons. Normally, in a fit of anger, when the girl receives injury and when the girl comes back, the parents definitely they will get hurt and they will ask her to give a complaint. In the outrageous mood, she may give the complaint against husband, then his parents, his brother, sisters and all other distant relatives against whom she has got grudge. This should not be, yes, she can give. An FIR should be registered. 498 case has to be registered. The investigation should be done. Even for the investigation also, a lot of judgments are there that they have to investigate the case properly, and they cannot lug in or they cannot make all the persons as accused whose names are found in the FIR. Then what is the purpose of investigation? The very purpose of investigation is to find out the truth. The goal is to find out the truth. Normally what we say is, according to section 2 of the CRPC, we say that investigation is the process adopted for the collection of evidence, maybe documentary, maybe oral, whatever type of direct evidence, all these things are. This is what is investigation. But the purpose of investigation, the goal of investigation is to find out the truth. So the investigation should be done first. And you have to be doubly sure that the distant relatives are also involved. Then there is no problem if you arrest them. But without getting the so-called information or without getting completing investigation, simply since the name is not found in the FIR, you cannot arrest them. You should not arrest them. Time and again, so many judgments are coming. This is also one such judgment. You can utilize this judgment, Monju Roy versus State of West Bengal 2015 itself it was given. But anyway, good judgment, because not many cases of such things are happening, and it will be, as advocates, this judgment will be useful to you. Definitely you can argue that, Your Honor, this man is a distant relative, unnecessarily he is called to the police station, only his name is found, no specific overt act has been attributed against him, he is staying elsewhere, he is busy with his work, and this man, these people in a fit of anger are out of their out of their animosity towards the family of the husband, they have impleaded him. There is no truth in this matter. Like this, you can argue and you can cite this case. So this is a useful case because the judgment was given by none less than the Supreme Court. Better you can cite it also. So thank you very much.